Hey guys, welcome back. FLCB podcast episode 24. Orvid, I hit record. We're recording, unlike last week.
লাস্ট উইকে আমরা রেকর্ড করি নি প্রথমে লাইক 20 মিনিট দেন
আবার একই গেম নিয়ে কথা বলা লাগছে দুইবার. Very annoying times. We're reviewing weekend of football. I mixed up the dates. I think this was December 21st and 22nd. Yes.
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে 21st 22nd.
Okay, so let's start off with the Club World Cup. So, semi-final Liverpool beat Monterrey?
Yeah, I think that was before 21st though.
Yeah, that was last week or Wednesday.
Yeah, last week or Wednesday, so it was 18th. Yeah.
And then the final was Liverpool and
Flamengo.
Brazilian. So I don't know, I'm a caller key. But yeah, Brazilian Flamengo. So the game went to extra time, and Firmino scored a 99th minute winner.
100, 3 এরকম হ্যাঁ.
And I didn't even watch the highlights. So any word on the game?
আমি মন্টারে গেম দেখি নাই সত্যি কথা বলতে, বাট Flamengo game, it was pleasantly surprising that Flamengo was really good in that game. First 10 minutes Liverpool were really like front footed ছিল এবং Flamengo looks like they're going to concede, and Liverpool wasted some really good chances first 10-15 minutes, but then Flamengo totally took control of that game. এটাই সবচেয়ে ইন্টারেস্টিং ছিল যে প্রায় লিটারালি রেগুলার টাইমে আপ আনটিল 75 মিনিট পর্যন্ত Flamengo had the upper hand আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হয়েছে, but then I think Flamengo got tired. Liverpool come back করছে এবং Liverpool obviously has way more quality than Flamengo as a team, so Liverpool make the changes that needed to be made. যেটা Flamengo হয়তো মানে Flamengo ওই লেভেলের depth definitely Liverpool লেভেলে নাই, so and that pretty much wins it out for Liverpool. In terms of Liverpool missed a lot of chances even in between those like পুরা ম্যাচে, কিন্তু Flamengo কিছু ভালো চান্স পাইছে এবং I thought like Liverpool defense were actually Flamengo defense you have to give credit. Flamengo in a lot of places যেখানে like Liverpool almost at the front footage ছিল last pitch tackle, অনেক জায়গায় Flamengo like একদম last moment like they really saved the team, যেটা like visible ছিল. It looks like Flamengo really wanted it way more than Liverpool the whole game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Extra time লাস্টের দিকে Flamengo আরেকটা চান্স পেয়েছিল 118 and 19 মিনিট, ওটা খুবই ভালো চান্স ছিল, ওটা মিস করছে Flamengo.
Okay, so this is what Liverpool third trophy under Klopp.
If you count
the Super Cup, right?
Super Cup, yeah.
So the funny thing is FLCB this was labeled like Liverpool fans they labeled it as the international treble, and like tried to claim it like this is the second treble winning team, England I guess somehow, and then people came out.
এই ট্রেবল উইনিং টিমগুলোর মধ্যে কি ম্যান ইউর যে 2016 টিম আছে যারা ইউরোপা লিগ FA কাপ
কমেডি ছিল, and then the funny thing was যে Real Madrid fans came out, oh এটা ট্রেবল হলো তো আমাদের তো অলমোস্ট 3-4টা ট্রেবল আছে তাইলে. So yeah, that was hilarious, and but just to be clear, there's no such thing as international treble.
But it's a treble, no?
There's no such thing as a sextuple as either. Like, but yeah, 6 trophies in a year is like it is. Like footballing terms, a treble is like domestic league and the main domestic cup and the European Cup. That's it. That's your treble. Like
European Cup, Europe Champions League, like Europa League.
No, Europa League, nah. Main like the European Cup.
Okay.
Are like if England যদি কেউ Champions League, Premier League, League Cup jita, I don't think that's a treble either.
Okay.
It has to be there.
You have like a high standard when it comes to like
not a high standard. This is the only standard.
Treble শব্দটার মানে probably 3টা trophy. I guess that's from that aspect it's a treble আর কি.
I mean official I don't care. I don't give a shit. There's no such thing as international treble.
I was to say Liverpool fan like giving you a hard time.
Nah, but I think it wasn't like I think the funny thing was Real Madrid fans are like, oh thank you আমাদেরকে 3টা treble দেওয়ার জন্য. That was the funniest.
No, that's funny. It's true. Liverpool ওই হিসাবে Real Madrid অনেকগুলো treble জিতছে, সব প্রত্যেক বছর সুপার কাপ জিততেছিল.
I think Real Madrid বোধহয় একটা একবার বোধহয় সুপার কাপ হারছিল তাই না অ্যাথলেটিকোর কাছে 2017 এর
না
টাইপে
এটা হারছিল রোনালদো যাওয়ার পরে, no?
was it I can't remember কোন
এটা লাস্ট টাইম মানে 2018 এর সুপার কাপ, বিকজ রোনালদো ইজ
আচ্ছা
গন
আচ্ছা
বাই
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ
পর্তুতে
হ্যাঁ
হারছিল ওরা।
হ্যাঁ রাইট I remember so yeah ওই হ্যাঁ ওই লপাটেগির was that
এরা
Lopetegui হ্যাঁ Lopetegui yeah so that was the only one যে Real Madrid I guess international treble জিতে নাই এর আগে 14 16 16 তো লিগই জিতছে anyways never mind I digress
অ্যাকচুয়ালি ফ্লামেঙ্গো যদি এটা জিততো, ফ্লামেঙ্গো হ্যাজ আ বেটার চান্স অফ কলিং ইট আ ট্রেবল, কারণ হচ্ছে ফ্লামেঙ্গো কোপা লিবার্তাদোরেস জিতছে, ফ্লামেঙ্গো ব্রাজিলিয়ান লিগ জিতছে।
oh so yeah
দ্যাটস আ বেটার
so
মানে
much better treble
লিভারপুলের থেকে একটা বেটার ট্রেবল হিসেবে লেবেল করা যেত যদি ফ্লামেঙ্গো জিততো আর কি ফাইনালটা।
technically you could label যে Man City domestic treble is probably even better
হ্যাঁ আই মিন ম্যান সিটি তাহলে মুফতে ট্রেবল জিততেছে আর কি।
Okay, so anyways, we'll move to Premier League. So
third place match, by the way, Monterrey beat Al Hilal 2-2. They were 2-2 এবং ফাইনালে penalty shootout Monterrey জিতছে, just to put that
out there. So we'll definitely move to the Premier League now. So let's start off with Manchester City versus Leicester City. This was definitely Man City's best performance by like a long shot a season. And even though Leicester 1-0 up till at one point, Man City was on top almost for the entire 90 minutes.
I mean, I think except মানে গোলটা বাদ দিলে তোমার পুরো ম্যাচেই ম্যান সিটি ডমিনেট করছে, মানে could have been way more আর কি।
Exactly. And the best part in match was like right hand মানে Man City right hand side Mahrez or Kevin De Bruyne মানে Ben Chilwell is a very good left back. He probably a seasoner like best left back. Like Robertson, obviously, quality wise, I would pick Robertson. I think, but form wise, Ben Chilwell best left back this season. Like completely destroyed. Like Mahrez a former club, so I guess he was like
he knows the ins and out of that club. Mahrez, the amount of time he cuts inside so easily, so effortlessly. Mahrez was unplayable within.
Especially first half Mahrez and De Bruyne, Mahrez and De Bruyne combination. And this was one of those games like you could say Brendan Rodgers maybe should have like altered his usual tactics because like or like Leicester left hand side he should have provided more cover definitely. Like maybe NDD can move him a little to the left or as Tillemans or somebody to step back, but it was like Soinchu was our Chilwell
was exposed. Soinchu was
badly exposed actually. Yeah, Soinchu or Ben Chilwell দুজন যে মানে Leicester back for a left hand side খেলছে those two versus De Bruyne and Mahrez, and especially De Bruyne and Mahrez at the top of their game is a bad combination.
Especially De Bruyne, I mean Soinchu নিয়ে আমি অনেক প্রেস করছি সিজনে, but Soinchu had one of those games আর কি. He's still young, you know, but he got মানে he অনেক ক্ষেত্রে যেটা দেখলাম Soinchu, he got into tackle and then he like De Bruyne get past him easily আর কি. It wasn't like he was overcommitting in a lot of places.
I think Soinchuর মধ্যে তোমার কিন্তু কিছু একটা David Luiz ভাব আছে, but he's probably a little better than David Luiz. It's not the hair. It's like like David Luiz যেরকম উল্টা পাল্টা last ditch tackle the bad pass.
Soinchu is a very committed defender. Well, I think he can learn. He's still 22. It's not like he's David Luiz 30 years old. He's doing the same shit for like 8 years. এরকম কিছু না কিন্তু Soinchu জন্য এটা প্রথম সিজন যেখানে Soinchu first choice center back.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying too. There's like some even
there is a rashness in his game. এটা আমি দেখছি. Especially third গোলের সময় like he was like ও জানে ওর পিছনে অনেক স্পেস ছিল এবং still kind of committed himself into tackle and then De Bruyne get past him easily.
Third goal especially De Bruyne like that like completely Jesus is a game কতগুলি chance miss করছে, could have been like really like Jesus is the type of player it almost seems like he needs 5 good chances to like score 1 goal, and you almost feel bad like Man City if Man City had a more clinical finisher, like maybe someone like Lewandowski,
like Aguero for example.
Well, Aguero chance miss করে কিন্তু it's not like Aguero doesn't miss chances. It's like more like maybe Aubameyang is a good one as well. Or it's just more like someone with a better finish is deadly. Couldn't be really deadly, especially Sterling, De Bruyne, Mahrez, or you know whenever Sané is fit or David Silva like it's all these like they're gonna create chances, and they create so many chances as well.
হ্যাঁ এই জন্যই বলতেছিলাম ম্যাচে লাইক লেস্টার হ্যাড নো চান্স, মানে লেস্টার হ্যাড নো চান্স অফ বিটিং ম্যান সিটি বিকজ যে পরিমাণ চান্স ক্রিয়েট করছে এবং যে পরিমাণ চান্স ওয়েস্ট করছে ইট কুড হ্যাভ বিন ইজিলি 6-1 or 7-1.
I think tactically this was
it's down to Brandon Rodgers. আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে he didn't really flexible ছিল না tactically.
He played like he would play against Watford maybe, and this isn't the way to play, especially like Man City against. And I understand he played a certain way, and like they got to second place in the league, and just because they're going to Man City, that formation just good defensive খেলা উচিত না. And I get that, but there's still a balance, and you can't just go like, yeah, I'll leave my fullbacks to deal with Sterling and Mahrez on their own. I think that's a very bad idea.
Okay. All right, moving on.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the probably shock of the weekend. This was Watford 2, Man United 0.
I thought you were going to talk about Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham match. Okay, let's talk about Watford.
Let's do Watford first. And this was actually probably we should have done, but then again, we started.
Okay, I get it.
This was very bad from Manchester United. The funny thing was, I was listening to BBC. BBC said there was a Watford fan who called in. Like Watford a season there's only one Premier League win this season so far before this game, and almost everybody jara khela dekhte geche Watford stadium they were like there was a general positive vibe আজকের গেমের আগের থেকে, and everybody felt like, oh, this could be the game যে আমরা আজকে জিতবো. And which is very sad. This is Manchester United, right? Like Manchester United pura aura like is completely gone, and their gameplay is so Solskjaer played 4-2-3-1. This was very and again it's like he plays 4-2-3-1, but the problem is 4-2-3-1 isn't a bad formation, but the problem is like 4-2-3-1 there's like, so how do I explain this? Like video chat is very difficult to explain. So there's a like almost a pentagon, right? So there's a number 9 forward, and then there's the two wingers, wing forwards rather. So number 9 Chila Martial, and the wing forwards were like say Rashford on the left, Daniel James on the right, and then the two midfielders, central midfielders. Yeah, so Fred and McTominay. And so the most important player in this position is the number 10 who plays in this pentagon shape in the middle. Yeah, the problem is that middle person was Jesse Lingard. So how do you expect 4-2-3-1 to work if the most important position, the player you're playing is Jesse Lingard, jar like almost ek bochor kono goals or assists nai Premier League or overall I don't know. It's just insane, and it's like I understand probably Jesse Lingard is their best choice for that position anymore, and it doesn't even matter. Like you could play Juan Mata there or Pereira there, and none of them are really good enough for that position. But still, so in that case, don't play that formation. Play something else, and even like like you have two decent forwards. Like Rashford has been in very good form. Martial, he has a finish on him. So and
I think even Greenwood is
Greenwood, like you have decent forwards, right? Like you can't, or like players who can finish. Like Daniel James has goals in him, like has the ability to finish as well. Then why don't you just play a formation, something like a 4-2-2, 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, where at least your midfielders aren't your focal points. In which case, if you play 4-4-2, your wingers are your most important players. And just it's very frustrating. This guy is getting paid all this money to be a Premier League manager for Manchester United. Like he has no tactical nous almost.
I want to add to something. কাহিনী হচ্ছে 4-4-2 তে ওরা খেললে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে ওদের যে ডিফেন্ডার গুলা মানে উইং ব্যাক গুলা I don't think attackingly Man U wing back doesn't add that much to the game.
But then Wan-Bissaka is actually a very good defensive fullback.
I mean, I'm not denying that. I'm able to see attacking wise.
Plus, you're playing Watford. Come on, like
okay.
I'm not saying
Watford,
play that against Chelsea.
It's not like we're playing some like even Europa League contender. We're playing the last team in the league. So, কোনো এক্সকিউজ নাই। এবং প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছে আমি একটা ফানি স্ট্যাট দেখলাম এবং এটা তুমি বলছিলা ওই উইকেও, আমি তো পয়েন্টটাই লাইক রিইনফোর্স করার জন্য বলতেছি। সেটা হচ্ছে পজিশন থাকার পর লাইক তোমার পজিশন ডমিনেন্স you have more position in a game. এরকম গেম মধ্যে Man U, I think 8% game জিতছে only. Which
Yeah.
is মানে তোমাকে কি বলছিলা যে when they doesn't have the ball against big teams, they are always good when they hit them on the counter. কিন্তু কাহিনী হচ্ছে যখন বল ওদের কাছে থাকে এবং বিগ টিমরা ডিফেন্ড করতে থাকে, সরি বিগ টিম না, স্মল টিমগুলো ডিফেন্ডে চলে যায় বা পার্ক দা বাস করে কাইন্ড অফ, they have no answer. এবং এই গেমে আবার তাই হয়েছে। সো মানে the point is obvious, আমাদের মতো লাইক নর্মাল লোকজনই বুঝতে পারতেছে যে এখানে এই প্রবলেম, বাট ইটস ফানি যে Man U লাইক বোর্ড স্টিল কিপিং ট্রাস্ট অন Solskjaer. So
And so
মাত্র
on the
8%, মাত্র
that's
8% ম্যাচ
actually
দিচ্ছে পজিশনে,
very
দ্যাটস
bad.
লাইক
Yeah.
টেরিবল। লাইক একটা বিগ টিম না, একটা মিডিওকর টিমও তাদের যত ম্যাচে পজিশন থাকে 40-50% ম্যাচ জিতে, 8%।
And this game, and it doesn't help like I don't think আমি পডকাস্টে বলছি নাকি জানি না, but I remember talking to someone and saying যে Aaron Wan-Bissaka, his tackling is very good, he's a very good tackler. And then he does this for the second goal penalty. Like that was one of the worst tackles ever. Like it's just the most hilarious. We have to talk about David De Gea. Like কি অবস্থায় লোকটার?
I think 2018 World Cup game পর is not the same.
Ronaldo killed him, really.
Ronaldo killed him, literally. আর কিছু বলার নেই আমার। 3 word, Ronaldo killed him. Kill this guy. I don't know. I mean, both of the goals যেটা কনসিড করছে Man U, এগুলো such an individual stupid error. Like, মানে it's a pissed off. Like কি অবস্থা? Like Watford against স্কোর করতে না পারাটা, on top of that দুইটা ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল মিস্টেকে গোল খাওয়াটা, like it's just মানে I feel sorry, man. I at this point I'm really sorry যে Man U এর অবস্থা। I can't tell anything anymore. আমার like আমি এখন sympathy নিতেছি Man U-র উপরে। It's just sad, you know. 8% আমি যা দেখতেছিলাম।
The funny thing is, Man U, my opinion at least, and I think most people will agree, Man U man of the match. When a Man U best player, a gamer was Paul Pogba, and he only played 26 minutes. Yeah. Among Man U, the only time they seemed threatening was last 10 minutes. I think 80 minutes apart, Man U were. And Pogba was really good. Like he was,
especially like outlet ball গুলো উপর দিয়ে, like it was
super. So something, yeah.
Or passing অনেক ভালো, obviously outlet passing আর কি। Let's see, Pogba যদি ফিট থাকে Man U কি করতে পারে, like, but with this manager, tough.
Next game against Newcastle United. So just
God
leaving
bless
that.
them. They should be scared.
Man U are Newcastle level on points. We'll go back to the table later. So yeah, which the game I sort of skipped. Tottenham versus Chelsea. Jose Mourinho against his former club, and against his former player rather as well.
Of course.
So this was a game like Tottenham were almost fully outclassed for most parts. It was 2-0 at halftime. And also like was this game এই গেমটা কি Man U গেমের আগে ছিল না পরে ছিল? পরে ছিল। So yeah, so Gazzaniga basically goes like, oh, David De Gea biggest howler this weekend. না আমি একটা করতে চাই। So I have no idea what this guy was doing. Like why doesn't he go to punch that ball? Like ও পা দিয়ে কেন কি করতে গেছে? But ও হাত দিয়ে কেন পাঞ্চ করে নাই?
Wait, he didn't punch it with the hand. Okay, right.
No, so
he tried to kick it, right?
He tried to kick it, huh? So and it was just an easy punch. It's such an easy punch. We can't think of পা দিয়ে যায় and he completely
baffling decision. I don't know কি ছিল ওর মাথার মধ্যে ওই সময়. What was he thinking? I don't know.
Tottenham really needs to figure out their goalkeeping situation, and even
I don't think Gazzaniga was that bad until this game.
Okay, that's true. You can argue that, but then again, how much was he tested? Really, I think I can't go back on the fixtures. Like he really wasn't tested that much, and also Willian with both goals. Chelsea Willian, the guy Barcelona tried to buy, and Chelsea Charvena maybe for good reason.
I remember that deal. Huh?
So obviously, let's talk about Heung-min Son. And I mean, I think everybody, Chara's regular listeners will remember my rant from like a month ago.
Son break leg of Andre Gomez.
So this is no excuse. Like you see this, and I don't think of fully Rudiger I don't think like cake fully lakse, but that doesn't matter. The intent is what matters, and this was a
This
like
is a red card offense any day. I mean, video na lage ki intent is good enough
and
for
it's
a player to
violent
get a
conduct
red
as well.
card.
So violent conduct as well, which means 3-game ban.
I mean, Son anger management temper, he needs to sort it out. He has this issue, like he totally lunges on players, like Paul Harner or Kicheta Harp, or like it's been happening. Like we saw it, Andre Gomez against it, like something happened. He was
And then last season a Bournemouth against it, yeah.
Yeah, he কি বলবো temper control দরকার. It's high time. I mean, he's a talented player, but he needs to sort out this attitude. এটা আমার মনে হয়. So
no, he's undoubtedly Asia's best player. Like there's no doubt.
Takumi Mini. Yes, okay, just
I can't wait for Liverpool or Tottenham fan the debate. My point was like Heung-min Son, he becomes the first player since Lee Cattermole 2010 to get 3 red cards in calendar year in the Premier League. And this is Lee Cattermole we're talking about. Lee Cattermole was dubbed the dirtiest player in the Premier League. And Son
only image আমার লি ক্যাটারমোলে মনে আছে ও জাস্ট লাঞ্চ করতেছে ট্যাকেলে
লি ক্যাটারমোল 88টা yellow card খাইছে Premier League 88 I'm not kidding মানুষ Premier League 88টা গেমও খেলে না ও 88টা yellow card খাইছে and Son is equaling his record. Like I just want to put this out there. That's it. And I also feel like I think people, if this was instead of Son, if this was anybody else, if this was Joey Barton and I don't even need to go to Joey Barton. I mean,
Sergio Ramos level তোমার যাওয়া লাগবে না একটা normal player নিলেও হবে.
And there's also like some sort of whitewashing as well. Like if this was any random black player and you name say Michael Essien or you know, like just take some big guy and like the conversation is very different. And just because it's Son and he has a puppy face, the conversation is like, you know, everyone's like, oh, but he's a nice guy.
I think Son get away easily. কারণ Son, I think Asian bias definitely আমাদের মধ্যে আছে কিছুটা.
It's not just us. It's like a lot of other people as well. I'm talking about BBC. I'm talking about like Sky Sports.
Like we really want to see successful Asian players in Premier League. I don't know about everybody, but আমি at least দেখতে চাই.
Okay, I get us. Like that's fine. I get us. We're like a very like I don't know too many Asian football podcasts, right? So it's a very niche thing. But I'm talking about Sky Sports had a article there was Son treated harshly. Like what the fuck, man? What are you doing? You know, that doesn't make any sense.
এই জিনিসটা যদি like Milner করতো বা এই জিনিসটা যদি ওয়াটসাকা করতো definitely একটা different ভাবে দেখতো মানুষজন obviously.
Yeah.
আমি সার্জিও রামোস লেভেলে গেলামই না ঠিক আছে
Yeah, and that's pushing it, right? So we're going to move on to
আমি একটা জিনিস বলবো মরিনিও কিন্তু pretty much এখন পর্যন্ত কোনো big game এ জিতে নাই, right?
Yeah, so I forgot about this. So Alderweireld signed a new contract.
That's a Mourinho effect.
That's the Mourinho, and there's also talk about Christian Eriksen might sign as well.
Oh my god.
Which is really surprising. Like I always
after all this,
I always thought that Pochettino was a very like lovable guy. Like he was very popular, but all of a sudden it just seems like nobody liked Pochettino dressing room.
তোমার এটা মানতে হবে যে Pochettino is a likable guy. I mean, deny করব না কিন্তু when it comes to dealing with like such a মানে কি বলবো divided dressing room, I think probably Pochettino is not the right guy. I don't know if you agree with me.
But is Mourinho the right guy? Because Mourinho, remember Real Madrid the dressing room, remember Chelsea, remember
Real Madrid, true. Real Madrid dressing room now have excusable, but Man U or Chelsea obviously no. Okay, I mean we do double, but who knows? Maybe they need a strong manager with a strong personality. Pochettino is a very lovable guy, no denial. Like someone like Klopp, for example, I think he can handle this. You know, someone with a strong persona. এই জন্য বলতেছি আমি I mean probably that's why they hired Mourinho, who knows, but হ্যাঁ আমি Mourinhoর ব্যাপারে যেটা বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে Mourinhoর big game performance so far আমার মনে হয় একটা ম্যাচ ড্র করে নাই কোনো big game, so that's something he needs to work on.
Okay,
Uh,
I don't think next a game টার ব্যাপারে আমার বেশি কথা বলা This is a very
Arsenal.
boring game. Everton nil, Arsenal nil. I think দুইটা
Oh man,
টিমেরই like interim
আমি
managers.
আমি by the way গেমটা সকাল 7:30টার সময় ছিল
Exactly, I remember.
এবং I didn't watch that game and I went up, I watched a 12-minute highlights and that's probably the most dreadful 12-minute highlights I've ever seen in my life.
Wait,
এত dreadful.
but আচ্ছা আমি just to sidetrack, Bournemouth versus Burnley, the least number of shots on goal in a game since 2003 Premier League.
Oh,
5 shots on goal, but
I saw the score, but I didn't
at least Burnley won 1-0. But anyways, yeah, Everton like this was Duncan Ferguson our last game in charge.
I think it was a Duncan Ferguson masterclass.
And this was also Freddie Ljungberg's last game in charge. And Everton is getting Carlo Ancelotti,
which is a shocker.
Which is a shocker. I'll admit. And Arsenal getting Mikel Arteta from Manchester City.
Everton's gonna win Champions League.
So yeah, this like first like game name actually is ball and So thoughts on the two managerial appointments?
I'm shocked with Ancelotti. I mean, Ancelotti got fired was shocking. 4-0 তে জিতার পর fired হওয়াটা. I expect him to get fired, but not
Champions League second round qualify করার shock.
পরে এরকম একটা pretty it's not an easy group to think about it. Salzburg is not a bad team. তারপরে fired হওয়াটা, then fired হওয়ার পর normally মানুষজন they take a hiatus একটা সিজনে মানুষ একটা ক্লাবে especially বড় ম্যানেজাররা একটা ক্লাব থেকে fired হওয়ার পর they normally don't join another club in that season. Like for example, Pochettino, I don't think you'd see him this season, or somebody who get fired, a big manager, like big team manager, like Kovac, for example. But I'm shocked there, that quickly, Everton land করলো and then he got a job. And at the same time, could Arsenal get Carlo? That was my point.
I don't think Arsenal wanted Carlo. I think that was the thing. Yeah, Arsenal wanted
Arsenal product.
No, it's not even that. I think Arsenal like there was a lot of talk about Allegri, but Allegri China because
Allegri,
of
আমি বলতেছি না, Allegri is different.
But I think Carlo is not the right person for Arsenal either. I think the Arsenal needs a complete rebuild from the ground up, and Ancelotti
is not.
I have questions whether Arteta is the right man. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not sure Arteta is the right guy for that, but I think Carlo wasn't the right guy for Arsenal.
No, Carlo rebuild এর জন্য definitely right guy now. Maybe Solskjaer. I'm just kidding.
But so on Arteta, do you think this feels like a bigger risk for Arteta than Arsenal, right? Because Arteta, he could have easily had the Man City job, like maybe 1 year, 2 years. No, I think easily because Guardiola himself said Arteta was being groomed for this position. Are open to Guardiola under it almost 3 বছর এখন.
And for a long time.
Yeah, so
ওর আগে কি ডমিনিক টোরান্ট ছিল?
Torrent কিন্তু always ছিল. Torrent was there. Torrent was with since Barcelona Guardiola's সাথে.
Oh my god.
So Torrent, yeah. Dominic Torrent. And New York City FC. By the New York City FC stadium update us. We might talk about that later.
We'll talk about it.
Yes. So Torrent is currently New York City FC manager. Yeah. So Torrent was there from 2008, maybe even before. Maybe Guardiola যখন B team এর ম্যানেজার ছিল তখনও Torrent ছিল. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Arteta was
in that case তুমি যেগুলো বললা, I think Artetaর জন্য it's a very risky project. যদি Guardiola give him like his endorsement, এবং Man City is definitely okay. Man City obviously more pressure job, but Man City has way more better player, way more better squad, way better squad. Arsenal is a very big gamble for him. কারণ হচ্ছে I think Arsenal জন্য it's not in কারণ Arsenal জন্য এই সিজনটা gone. I mean I don't think Arsenal mentally prepared not even to qualify in Europa League.
I think I'll just give you an example. Look at Freddie Ljungberg. Freddie Ljungberg was very highly thought of, কিন্তু like Arsenal এবং like football inner circle, and he only had 5 games. His reputation is like is বাজেভাবে tarnished কিন্তু Ljungberg, and people will always remember Freddie Ljungberg manager position as the guy he took over Arsenal for 5 games and he lost 3 and like he barely beat like he won 1 game. I forgot which game he won. Was it like might have been Watford?
West Ham.
Oh, it was West Ham. Yeah, right. And West Ham actually game I don't know if we ever talked about this, but West Ham game it was like really bad. It was just like goals out of nowhere. Like tactically, it was nothing. It was just like Arsenal.
Individual brilliance.
Yeah. Arsenal ভালো player আছে, ভালো
they have a
player
10-minute good spell. যেই 10-minute good spell তিনটা গোল দিয়ে দিছে Arsenal. But
And
I think
that-
Arsenal খুব underwhelming ছিল পুরো ম্যাচে.
and that is the only win Ljungberger short managerial like time. It's and this will tarnish him. And Ljungberg even last game, I think Man City কাছে যখন হারলো 3-0 Emirates, Ljungberg said they need to find a replacement manager soon. Like it's almost like he's like, get me out of here, please. I don't want to do this, and it can break you. So I'm not saying Arteta same.
Arteta definitely Ljungberger থেকে more rated.
Yeah, but still, it's a very big gamble.
I will wait. I'll reserve my judgment for. I'm
তোমার কি মনে হয় যে like he can fix that like ওই midfield and he can fix that defense? And they need to spend in January, but like even if they spend.
Okay, আমার মনে হয় in a way Artetaর জন্য I think okay আমি এই পয়েন্টটা ল্যাম্পার্ড আর চেলসির ক্ষেত্রে ইউজ করছি এই অ্যানালজিটা, সেটা হচ্ছে okay আমি বলতেছিলাম আর্টেটার জন্য এটা রিস্ক, but think about it in a way that if Arsenal don't expect anything this season, maybe Artetaর জন্য pressure কম in a way, because I think Arsenal, they don't expect themselves to qualify for Europa League. He has time to rebuild this squad.
I can even go further. I think this is very different from Lampard in the sense. First of all, Lampard had 1 year at Derby. And secondly, Lampard had almost a conveyor belt of like young talent available Chelsea. Okay, Arsenal don't have that level of young talent.
Arsenal don't have that.
Like not even close. Like
No, I agree.
So Chelsea there was mixed around, there was Hudson
like Lampardের এক্সকিউজও আছে. Lampard even if he does bad, ও বলতে পারতো যে এর জন্য ট্রান্সফার উইন্ডো ব্যান ছিল, অনেক কিছুই ছিল, অনেক গ্যাঞ্জাম ছিল, যেটা আর্টেটা নাই. So yeah, okay, that point এর জন্য দেখি, let's wait for the January transfer window. দেখি like Arsenal, like whom Arsenal buy. Arsenal need to buy someone in January, otherwise like 12th place Arsenal এর জন্য this season I think inevitable 11-12.
Otherwise, I'll go through the other games really quickly before we go to the table. So Aston Villa won, Southampton 3. Aston Villa, I think this is the 4th loss in a row. Not looking good. Manager Dean Smith, he might be getting the sack soon, by the way. Aston Villa.
Hasenhüttl take over.
Yeah, probably. You never know. Hasenhüttl, good win.
Big win for Southampton. Especially away. He saved his job, I think.
Yeah. Sheffield United away. I think they're unbeaten this season away, and they have like, I think there's a stat here, or I think away they had this was the 3rd win away from home a season, and in the away table, Sheffield United is actually 5th. Home table they're 10th. So they're a very good away team, is what I'm trying to get at. And so the result was Brighton 0, Sheffield United 1. There was Newcastle 1-0, Crystal Palace. Miguel Almiron scored.
Huge win for Newcastle. Yeah. Crystal is a good
Palace is a good defensive team, Crystal Palace.
Yeah. So I think it's a huge win for Newcastle.
Norwich won.
Loss.
Norwich it's looking a little tired, but I don't think Norwich like manager is under any sort of trouble, but
Norwich is a yo-yo club, no? Norwich moving up and down. So I don't think Norwich ওই ধরনের প্রেসারটা আছে যেটা অ্যাস্টন ভিলার আছে. অ্যাস্টন ভিলা they probably expect it to be.
Plus, Aston Villa spent a lot more money.
Aston Villa spent a lot of money. Remember Fulham?
Yeah,
kind of.
They didn't. Fulham level of money spent করে নাই, but they spent a lot more than Norwich.
They did spend Fulham level money. They spent more than 100 million. I mean, that's Fulham level money.
Did they cross 100 million? I was thinking more like 56 million.
They crossed. They were like 5th or 4th highest spender in Premier League. Think about Liverpool. They spent 4 million this season. ঠিক আছে, আমি এটা নিয়ে criticize করছি Klopp. আমি বলছি Klopp is such an arrogant manager. সে মনে করে, but then Klopp showed like a critics like me, like they didn't need any players. I mean, like, so সেখানে তোমার Aston Villa like 100 million plus spend করছে. I think I need to look at the table, but they were top 5. So Aston Villa is in big trouble. এই ধরনের মানি স্পেন্ড করার পর যদি ওরা relegated হয়, it was a 6-pointer this game, and it was at home.
Yeah. So Wolves. Word on Wolves. Wolves. They had this Europa League খেলার পরেও you can actually do well.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
So Wolves. Remember season শুরুতে they were in a very bad position. Yeah.
They were 90 at the moment.
So they're up to 6th, above Tottenham, Man United, and Arsenal as well, if that counts.
Newcastle.
Okay, yeah, table. So Liverpool no games this weekend, so they have a game in hand. 10-point lead over Leicester.
This
Man
league
City
is
now.
over, man.
Man City 1 point behind.
আমার
Leicester
একটা
City on
কোশ্চেন আছে
38.
তোমার কি মনে হয় লেস্টারের ফিয়ার মানে লেস্টার হ্যাজ আ পসিবিলিটি অফ মিসিং আউট চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ ফ্রম হিয়ার
Nah, I don't think so.
because I think you think other teams are not consistent enough to catch him.
No. I don't think Sheffield.
Man City obviously cross করবে ওদের এটা আমি ঠিক আছে
Man City will. I think I didn't mention this, but I think Man City there's a possibility that Man City might go on a run of like say I'm the fixture list there, but it wouldn't surprise me if Man City goes on a 10-game winning run because
but I think there even that might not be enough.
I'm not saying that will be enough, but Man City has history. I think last season ওরা 14টা game টানা জিতছে।
হ্যাঁ I remember February থেকে I think হারে নেই এরকম কিছু একটা
January 20
এরকম হ্যাঁ তো সরি January end থেকে
wait January 26th থেকে হারে নেই because Newcastle এক কাছে হারছিল।
Oh my god, okay.
And
drum roll.
Yeah, so Chelsea fourth. There will be a fight for fourth, maybe. We don't know. Chelsea fourth.
I think there will be a fight for fourth. I don't think Chelsea totally proved যে ওরা fourth place nail করতে পারবে. I don't
unless they get Jadon Sancho January তে।
এটা হওয়ার চান্স নাই কারণ Jadon Sancho last 6 গেমে আচ্ছা আমরা বলবো ডর্টমুন্ড নিয়ে কথা 7 goal 3 assists বা 4 assists. He's in top form in Dortmund and he's in the middle of the season. I don't think he's going to move. If he's smart enough, he's not going to move.
Okay, so Sheffield in 5th on 28, Wolves 27 on 6th, Tottenham 26.7th, and then Newcastle level at 25, 8th and 9, Burnley 10th at 24, and Arsenal 23 points on 11th position. Our bottom three is Aston Villa 18th, Norwich 12. With 19th with 12 points, and Watford also bottom of the table, also on 12 points. Southampton just above them on 18 points. West Ham didn't play this round as well. So that's Premier League for this week. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So we're gonna start in Spain. And let's talk about this really boring El Clasico that ended the decade of El Clasicos.
I mean, it's probably. I don't think it's a boring El Clasico.
I think it was boring. It's not.
I think there was chances in that game, but defense was okay. It's probably one of the least memorable El Clasico. There are always goals and stuff, but এই বছর সেটা হয়নি. I thought Real Madrid was really good in that game, and could have taken 3 points.
Yeah.
I also have to mention, I don't think I saw Messi that much in that game.
Yep.
I barely remember anything he does in that game. So.
Well, he does a lot in the game after. We'll talk about that one, but yeah, this was Real Madrid hit the bar as well, and Real Madrid had the better chances. They had the better, I don't know if they had better position. I mean, stats taking it, but more position. But they had more, better position in threatening areas. Barcelona was very dire.
They have a disallowed goal too. Real Madrid.
Yeah, and Barcelona almost they were happy. They was okay with 0-0. Felt like for a minute. I mean, highlight this.
Lack of ambition.
Yeah, I mean, full game, luckily, but it seemed like.
It looks like a torture. Barcelona, if you're a Barcelona fan, that game was a torture.
Yeah, compared to, and I think this is the decade, really established El Clasico as the biggest club football game other than the Champions League final or semi-final, and it ends like this. It's
and Newcastle Southampton. Okay, anyway, too much fun.
So, remember when we had 4 El Clasicos, 2011, I think. 4 El Clasicos ছিল 19 দিনে.
হ্যাঁ কোপা ডেল রে ছিল দেন সামথিং হ্যাঁ চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ ছিল রাইট
চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ সেমিফাইনাল ছিল আই থিংক
okay all right I remember that
yeah and all of a sudden it's just from তখনকার the peak El Clasico to something like this. It's just hilarious. Any word, any last mention of this game?
No, it's just not memorable enough as an El Clasico, so I don't have anything to add on to this game, but it's just Barcelona performance were disappointing. Real Madrid performance-wise, I'm about to say, I thought because they created that many chances, I felt like, I mean, it's not the worst 0-0 game in the world, actually.
Acha, So moving on to the weekend action, we'll start with Atletico, like we usually do. And Atletico, this was a big win in Real Betis, the Benito Villamarin. So
Very
before
tough place to travel in front of 50,000 fans. Very
so
difficult to play in that stadium.
ফুটবল নিয়ে কথা বলার আগে I want to mention যে Real Betis fansরা half time they throw like toys onto the field. Like or যত খেলনা যা আছে like fansরা সব স্টেডিয়ামে নিয়ে যায় and half time they just throw it field. It's for like
Cancer?
Homeless kids or it's for like underprivileged children. Christmas they get like new toys or something.
I'm moving out of football, but I think some other অন্য একটা sports কোনো একটা American sports I think এরকম একটা tradition আছে যেখানে like they throw a lot of beers, like a lot of toys and stuff.
Like
for cancer research, for underprivileged kids, stuff like that. I think it's hockey, but I don't remember কোন game. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, Real Betis is a wonderful club. It's just like পুরো একটা model club হওয়া উচিত Real Betis. It's amazing, and they're also Real Betis and Sevilla as well. পুরো like Basque Country, they're really awesome people. Just it's amazing.
Let's talk about the game. I mean, Correa and Morata score. Morata is like the best player for Atletico this season. At this point, I think you can put him as the most important player of Atletico this season.
Yeah, definitely. So
even better than Oblak. Like that says something, because Atletico doesn't score goals a lot. I mean, that's the biggest problem with them. I mean, this season, like he saved them in a lot of games. 1-0, 1-1, and Morata is the one who scored those goals. So Morata was pretty much contributing a lot of points to Atletico this season. এই জন্য বলতেছি আমি যে like আমার মতে Morata probably was their most influential player this season.
Yeah, and this is what Atletico's second win in a row, and in a week where El Clasico there was a draw. Both teams like drop points. This was a big win, and especially going away to Betis and then getting a result to just keep yourself in contention of the top two. This was much needed. Like Atletico a season they've been very
draws,
they've been very lethargic and stuff. And we'll talk about the Champions League draw later. And this is the time of the year like they need to come into their own. Like they need to start hitting their peak really soon.
They need to change their gear. Like accelerate.
Exactly.
We should. I mean, before going to Real Barca, we should talk about like Sevilla's win against Mallorca. Sevilla won 2-0 and Diego Carlos and Ever Banega scored from penalty. Mallorca is a struggling club, so it's pretty much a straightforward win for them. But I think last week Sevilla lost, right? Sevilla হারছিল কার কাছে. So they dropped point last week. So I feel like this is a good result for them, and they are they need to win these games. যদি তারা like they want to mount a serious challenge for the title.
Yeah, Sevilla is looking strong for a top four. I don't think I would still. Okay. Yeah, I would put more faith in Atletico than Sevilla definitely. For if we're talking about the title
challenge, okay. All right.
But most likely this is a top two. Like this is a 2-horse race.
I don't see her. Okay, আমি তোমার সাথে agree করি. আমি মনে হয় এটা top 2.
So we'll move to Barcelona 4 and Alaves 1. So all three of like Messi, Suarez, and Griezmann scored. Griezmann and Golta was really, really outstanding. And Messi again, like it's just fabulous. Like or left footed, he's unstoppable.
It's easy for him.
Yeah, it's his like trademark. Like I think they should like save this goal as if anybody else scores this.
এই ধরনের goal I think Messi probably ওর career 100টা দিছে যদি by the way. It's so easy for him. It's it's just so easy for him.
Left footed side.
Curler, side footed curler. It's easy for him. Like look like he do it effortlessly.
Yeah, Vidal's Golta was really good as well. First half of Barcelona was really good. I think first half it could have easily it should have been at least 4, like definitely more than 2. And then second half is like Barcelona sort of going back to their lethargic looking team. And then Alaves score. It's 2-1 now. And Barcelona has this habit now, almost like conceding goals out of nowhere and putting themselves in trouble when they really shouldn't be in trouble.
True. I mean, what are they like? They got lethargic and they concede, and then need another couple of goals. Home Barcelona, except Real Madrid against performance could be poor chilo, but I mean there was this easy win. Alaves, I don't know, is Alaves is in 15th place, so you need to win this game pretty easily. So okay, that's what they did.
Okay. Messi top scorer league, and he missed I think 2 months almost. So that's Messi. So finally, Real Madrid versus Bilbao. Yeah, so this ended 0-0. So Real Madrid back-to-back 0-0s. I don't know. Real Madrid last time Kobe back-to-back 0-0.
And I think both of these games, Real Madrid, the amount of chances they
definitely a better team. Yeah.
I mean, both of this team, both of the 0-0, the amount of chances Real Madrid created, they should feel like they're 4-point lost. I really do. Both of these games they should win 3-0, 2-0 easily. Missed so many chances both games. Sometimes Monos are like it's just the ball wouldn't go in, like they have something bad happening to them, bad luck or something.
So the man of the match was Bilbao goalkeeper.
Obviously,
I think it's pronounced Simon or it's Simon. For আমাদের কাছে Simon, but I think if Spain they pronounce it Simon.
To be honest with you, I don't know Unai Simon. Do you know him?
No, I this is the first time I heard of the guy.
যখন তুমি সিমন বলছো তখন আমার সিমন মিঙ্গলেটের কথা মনে পড়ছে।
No, I think Spain কোন একটা podcast they were pronouncing it Simon, but I'm not sure what the right pronunciation.
Okay, Simon I think is common pronunciation, not only Spain. Okay. I mean, like I said, আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে Real Madrid could have easily had 6 points from these two games, and it's just not they're weak for some reason.
Okay, so we'll go to the table.
Before I go to the table, there was a good game between Osasuna and Real Sociedad, and Sociedad won 4-3. It was a really good attacking game. Spain's ব্যাপারে বলতে হবে Spain কিন্তু like defensively I think
আগের মতন গোল হয় না এরকম।
হ্যাঁ, if you take out France, Spain is probably the most compact defensive league in the world. France's league is really slow, really defensive, except if you are PSG, obviously, but very compact. Spain kind of like for a 4-3 game in Spain, it's rare. It's just,
I think if you just look at Real Madrid, 33 goals this season, 18 games, that's kind of low.
Kind of retreat.
Real Madrid, even Barcelona, 47 goals, 18 games. It's 47 is fine. It's not bad, but Barcelona is.
I think Barcelona, if they didn't have Valverde, if they have Luis Enrique or somebody, it would have been like 60 goals right now.
Yeah, probably. I don't dispute that. I think the thing is like. আগে যেরকম স্পেনে you would see a lot of like big
true
5-1 6-1 and এরকম কম দেখি এখন
like I think small teams are like defensively so much better now for sure. I mean,
I think tactically managers are improving as well, like
Spain and they're less taking, like they're defensively more compact, and আগের মতো না like the ছোট team big team, like they're like a 30-point gap between second and fourth.
And I think both Barcelona and Real Madrid have got weak, like sort of aging squad as well.
Yeah, Real Madrid lost Ronaldo, so that's a big loss.
And
then Barcelona squad. Think about it, Barcelona squad getting aging, and Barcelona doesn't have Xavi Iniesta anymore. Probably they lost to Dani Alves, Neymar, big player. Jara, like imagine that team. It's a weaker squad from that. That was like 15 take on a weaker for sure.
Yeah.
Looking at the table, Barca 18 game 39 points, and Real Madrid 18 game 37, Sevilla 34, and then Atletico 32, Sociedad 31, Getafe 30. So then you have Bilbao and Valencia at 7th and 8th for 28 points. I think it's a two-horse race, but Sevilla might be dragged into a Champions League.
No, I think Sevilla will be. I think Sevilla will push ahead. I think the only team actually challenge করতে পারে I think might be Bilbao and maybe Valencia as well. But I think Sociedad or Getafe will fall away.
Okay. By the way, Getafe is playing Europa League and they qualify for the next round.
That's impressive. I think Europa League we might have a look at it. So
kind of like Wolves, হ্যাঁ ইউরোপা লিগ ইংল্যান্ড এবং স্পেনের সব টিম কোয়ালিফাই করছে ইউরোপা লিগ চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগে।
We're gonna move on to Germany.
Italy.
Let's
Every
do
week.
Germany. So this was Germany. Germany তো like ওদের কি বলে 1.5-2 মাস 6 মাস
Yeah,
winter
but
vacation.
Germany had a midweek game. If I want to quickly go over the midweek game, there was
Well,
a game
Italy
between
Italy তো midweek একটা game
midweek
ছিল।
ছিল, হ্যাঁ।
So
There was a game between না ওইটা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলবো সুপার কাপ। Anyway, there was a midweek game between Dortmund and Leipzig. It ended 3-3. If you go মানে তুমি যা একটু just গোলগুলো দেখো, like Dortmund took the lead, they were 2-0 ahead, and then Leipzig come back 2-2, and then Dortmund take the lead again, and then Leipzig scored again. Just see the goals Dortmund conceded. Like, it's hilarious how bad a big team's defense can be. Like I'm always বলতাম যে like Hamas would have been like a good addition to the Dortmund defense. They would be better than last season, but the defense got worse. I mean, I have no explanation যে এত poor কিভাবে একটা টিম হতে পারে defensively.
Dortmund the weekend হারছে।
But hey, then Dortmund lost against Hoffenheim 2-1 in the weekend, and I mean Hoffenheim is not a bad team. You know, Hoffenheim is not like your relegation scrapper or like a solid mid-table team. So I'm not surprised like a lot of people are. Like I'm not really surprised. Bayern, both of the matches, they won 3-1 against Freiburg, and then they won 2-0 against Wolfsburg. And on both of these games, Bayern they were drawing up to 85 minute or 90 minute. And then they end up winning both of the game. And on both of these games, Bayern make a substitution. I don't know if you saw the news. There is a player in Bayern. His name is Zirki.
Yeah, I heard about him.
And both of the game, he got substituted, and he scored that winning goal for Bayern. And he's 18 years old. He's 18 years old. Like, it's probably the savior of Bayern at this moment. I have no clue about this player. And he just comes in all of a sudden and working like a super sub for Bayern.
Like, he's American?
No, he's Dutch actually.
Unfortunately.
Oh, by the way, Bayern, I don't know if you watch Bayern's game. I watch every week. Bayerনের কাহিনীটা হচ্ছে বায়ার্নের লেফট ব্যাকে আমরা লাইক আলফোন্সো ডেভিসরা অনেক খেলাচ্ছি। আলফোন্সো ডেভিস কিন্তু ক্যানাডিয়ান।
Oh yeah, I know, I remember.
He used to be a winger in MLS, but he kind of makeshifted towards a more left back position right now. He was one of the most expensive MLS. I think he was the second most expensive MLS player after Almiron.
Bayern, yeah, I remember.
So yeah, we have a couple of American players too in the team. Just to let you know. Dortmund, okay, we talked about Dortmund and we talked about Bayern. Bayern, with these two wins, Bayern looked really dead, like not dead, like অনেক পিছনে ছিল, but this two win was really necessary for Bayern.
তো আগের উইকেন্ডে 6-0 জিতছে, Coutinho scored the hat-trick.
Oh, okay, yes, all right, sorry. Before that 6-0 win, but before that they lost 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, no, okay. I mixed up my week. No, but still it's like Wolfsburg is a very strong team. So winning against Wolfsburg, and Freiburg is also a strong team. I think Freiburg is 6th and Wolfsburg is 7th. So it's a couple of good wins against strong team, decent opposition. I want to talk about like Leipzig. Leipzig draw 3-3 against Dortmund. I already mentioned, and then over the weekend they win against Augsburg 3-1. Leimer, Patrick Schick, and Yusuf Paulson scored after they Niederlechner scored for Augsburg. জার্মানিতে একটা জিনিস আছে, অফিসিয়াল উইন্টার ব্রেক চ্যাম্পিয়ন আর কি, এবং Leipzig actually finished number 1 in the league for up to half point of the season.
Last year the Dortmund was number 1.
Dortmund number 1 ছিল, but Mönchengladbach draw this week. They won in the midweek against Paderborn, and then they draw against Hertha Berlin 0-0. Which I think was a 2-point loss for Dortmund, Mönchengladbach. Okay, I want to talk about the table. Leipzig 17 game 37 points. Mönchengladbach 17 game 35 points. And Bayern has 17 game 33 points. And then Dortmund and Schalke in 30 points. So technically Bayern last বছর সেকেন্ডে ছিল, এই বছর থার্ডে আছে. It's shaping out to be probably the most exciting title race in at least in the big leagues, you know. If we count out leagues like Turkey, for example, then
Italy though is kind of interesting.
Italy interesting, but I think Germany technically even I still don't count out Dortmund. If you have like Leicester or Man City in the league title race, Dortmund is definitely in the title race.
Well, I don't have Leicester, Man City. I think Spain definitely. I think Real Madrid or Barcelona was very interesting. Atletico is 7 points behind, I believe. So they still have a chance. I wouldn't say.
So Dortmund, Schalke was 7 points behind. Leipzig is not Real Madrid, Barcelona. You know, Leipzig is Leipzig. It's a It's a team that can drop point.
Yeah, true.
So, by the way, Timo Werner has 18 goals so far this season.
Yeah.
I think he has the highest amount of goals in league, if you only consider the league. So, wanted to put that point.
Yeah, one more than Jamie Vardy, who has 17 actually.
I think Lewandowski also has 16 or 17. I'm exactly sure না কত goal দিছে Lewandowski, but around there. You want to talk about Italy?
Yeah, let's do Italy. You want to do the Super Cup first? যেটা সৌদি আরবে হয়েছে even. Listen, I don't really care about the result, but why are এই টিমগুলি কেন সৌদি আরবে খেলতেছে? It just baffles me. I don't understand.
It's all about money, man. So আমি তোমার answer দিয়ে দিলাম. You want more detailed answer? It's all about money. আরো detailed answer চাইলে আরো long করে money বলতে পারি. Like
it's very annoying আমার কাছে.
It's very inconvincing for team. একটা middle of the season এরকম fly to Saudi Arabia.
I'm pretty sure Lazioর owner Juventusের owner অনেক টাকা পাইছে. It was about the result. Lazio won 3-1.
Again.
So yeah, Ligaও তো 3-1 জিতছিল, তাই না? Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
What's your opinion about like Lazio having Juventus's number right now?
I think I don't know if this is a Sarri problem.
I think it's a Sarri problem.
I don't know enough about Lazio. আমি যেটা বলবো, আমি আজকে লাৎসিওর অত খেলা দেখিও নাই, আমি লাৎসিওর টিম
একটা জিনিস বলতে পারি লাৎসিওর ব্যাপারে. Okay. This manager has been Lazio's manager for 3-4 years.
Yeah,
so there's a continuity in the team, ঠিক আছে? So I'm not I see Simone Inzaghi for like 3 seasons in Lazio management. So I'm not surprised, like from a continuous perspective, like the players যেখানে Lazio যারা খেলতেছে, like Lulic, তোমার Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, all these other players in the team, তোমার Joaquim Correa, Ichiro Immobile, all these players have been playing under him for like 3 years. So I think in terms of like a continuity, this team was solid. The thing that impresses me about Lazio কিন্তু start করছে সিজনটা খুবই mediocre. I don't know if you see it, but all on a sudden I think Lazio last 8 game প্রত্যেকটা ম্যাচ জিতছে, including twice against Juventus. এবং Lazio from like what 10-12 point behind থেকে কিন্তু 3 point behind আছে এখন.
Yeah,
that's a like they make up for. এবং it's not only Juventus, they're playing against Inter too. Think about it. So it's not like only Juventus dropping point, it's also Inter that is dropping point as well. Let's talk about Inter the game again. But let's talk about the game Juventus had in midweek against Sampdoria. What about that goal from Ronaldo?
I'm missing the goal. আমি দেখছিলাম, মনে আসতেছে না কি ছিল জানি.
It's such a leap. It's a high leap.
Oh yeah, the header, of course. Yeah. Oh my god. তো পুরো NBA প্লেয়ারদের থেকে বোধহয় he jumped higher.
Pretty much most of the NBA player থেকে অনেক প্লেয়ার থেকে high ছিল jumpটা. So
yeah. Oh my god. It was insane.
Was it in the midweek though? Was it it was in Wednesday. Because they were playing in the Super Cup, যেহেতু like they have to arrange their fixture. Talk something about Inter Milan's game. Inter won 4-0 against Genoa, and Lukaku scored 2 goals.
So obviously, this is again. I'm talking the same things. Like Antonio Conte, he knows his league. He understands how to play, and the league. I'm very interested. If you saw what Icardi's wife, Icardi Boki, also Wandanara.
No, I don't care about her, to be honest.
Lukaku doesn't score against like big games. Basically, Champions League he didn't score, and Inter got knocked out. Liga he hasn't scored.
Barcelona B team.
Did Lukaku Barcelona against a goal this year?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess he did. So I have no idea what. So she's talking about like big games Lukaku contribution, which instead, whereas Icardi was actually a big game player. Icardi like his record against.
Okay, fair argument. Okay, get it.
Yeah, that's all I have to add. I would say this at this point. I mean, I don't know if this is a bold prediction, but I would pick Inter over Juventus. I think.
Why is it a bold prediction?
Because Juventus 7-time টানা লিগ জিতছে.
I just don't rate Sarri. আমি সবসময় বলছি প্রত্যেকটা উইকে.
Yeah, true. I'll be honest with you. I think Sarri for I think for Chelsea he was okay. For Arsenal, Sarri might be a good choice as well, but
For Napoli, he was overrated.
for Napoli he was good. But I don't think Juventus as Sarri was the right choice. I don't understand.
Acha, okay. Talking about Inter, Inter got a penalty in this game. Lukaku, he didn't take that penalty. Instead, he gave it to the 17-year-old Sergi Esposito.
No,
Not Despacito, it's Esposito. Um, we should talk about Napoli won against Sassuolo, and it was a hard-fought win. I think Napoli scored those 2 goals. I think the last goal, it was an own goal at 94 minutes.
Okay,
So
আমি গেমটা কথা ভুলে গেছিলাম, but I watched this one. I watched the highlights anyway. So yeah, Atalanta 5, Milan 0.
Oh yeah, we should definitely talk about that one.
This is the greatest result ever. Like আমি এত খুশি হয়েছিলাম, I can't even explain.
তোমার কি মনে হয়, like at this point you have to tell that AC Milan is probably less functional than Man United?
You could argue. I think, well, they probably have a better manager than Solskjaer. I think
that's debatable too,
Pioli, I think Pioli definitely has higher pedigree management than Solskjaer. But yeah, team-wise, yeah, I think Christoph Piatek, what happened to him? Like, he one season wonder. It's like
he looks like Michu of AC Milan.
One season wonder, বলতে পারো. I think was it half season?
No, he did well in Milan. I'm not saying he it's not like he had half bad season. He actually had decent half season in Milan too. So
yeah, well, before ওটা আগে জেনোয়াতে ছিল, I guess.
জেনোয়াতে half season খুব ভালো ছিল for sure.
Yeah.
Quick mention, Roma won 4-1 against Fiorentina. So okay, let's move on to the table. Inter and Juventus has 17 game 42 point, and Lazio has 16 game 36 point. Lazio's game on hand is against
6 points with the game in hand. Wow, okay, yeah, that's close.
And that game is against
Verona.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a doable game, and that's at home too. So I mean, point out tomorrow barbar boltesi, like it was a 12-point difference, and now it's like a 3-point difference, and it's happening. It happened like they have like such a good run. It's not like যে ওদের শুরু থেকে ক্লোজে ছিল, and then or like they just dropped the ball and probably there's a 3-point difference. They had a pretty average start, এবং সেখান থেকে তারা like এই পজিশনে আসছে। এই জন্য বলতেছিলাম যে would you put Lazio in the title race or not?
You have to, like you definitely have to.
I mean, also question is, can they do it for the whole season?
No, I don't think or like they will win, obviously, but any team that's 6 points behind with a game in hand, you have to put them in the title race.
Also mentioning যে ওরা কিন্তু ইউরোপা লিগে বাদ পড়ছে থার্ড হইছে ওদের গ্রুপে, সেল্টিকের কাছে 2বার হোম এন্ড অ্যাওয়েতে হারছে, so that's probably a blessing in disguise for them, কারণ I don't think they have what it takes to compete in both forms, Quick mention, Roma 17 game 35 points, they're 7 points behind.
I think Roma narrative is different than Lazio, because I think Lazio is more on the way up, whereas
but Roma into last, I think 7 or 6 games, probably 1 draw and 6 win, something like that. That's why I'm pointing it out. কারণ হচ্ছে at Inter and Juventus কিন্তু they're dropping points.
You know what? I think I'm gonna start giving more attention Serie. This is very intriguing.
Hates Syria.
I hate Italy, especially Italy. Oh, by the way, how the fuck did I forget this? To me, Italy anti-racism campaigner.
আমার কিছু বলার নাই কারণ I lost my brain.
ওইটা দেখার পর হচ্ছে আমি like ক্যালকিউলের পরে
basically we are all monkeys.
So okay, যারা দেখে না
they were thinking about Darwin maybe.
So যারা দেখে না, so Italy finally 2019 এর ডিসেম্বরে finally after years মানুষ এটা নিয়ে চিল্লাচিল্লি করার পর they finally launch an anti-racism campaign, যেখানে অন্যান্য দেশ অনেক আগে করছে.
I sincerely hope they didn't launch it.
Finally launch করছে, and the campaigner main poster is just a black monkey face, which is
no, it was basically what they said, we are all monkeys or something. Basically এটা ছিল তাদের point of view, which was weird flex, man.
Hang on,
what the hell?
So I have the backstory for this. So the backstory ছিল যে so they obviously Italian Serie A, they contacted or কোন একটা random artist কে contact করছে to come up with this thing. An artist came up with this. An artist's logic হচ্ছিল যে we were all monkeys at one point. So that's his logic. The thing is, artists, we know how artists are. These people are hipster. They don't like ওরা social norm নিয়ে ওদের এত ভালো আইডিয়া নাই. I get it, it's fine. আমি আর্টিস্টকে এফোর্ড ব্লেম দিতেছি না, বাট ও এটা সাবমিট করছে ইটালিয়ান সেরি অফিসিয়ালসদের কাছে, অফিসিয়ালরা দেখছে, and I'm pretty sure এটা like all senior officials, like lower officials, I'm pretty sure এটা 20-25 জন, like I'm thinking like a normal company, like আমি একটা normal companyতে কাজ করি, so this is how it would happen. And then finally সবাই everybody went, yeah, this is fine. এই বানরের ছবি, কালো একটা বানরের
What
ছবি
if
is fine.
they play gullible but they're actually racist?
I think it's almost like ওরা ট্রোল করতেছে anti-racism কে, like তোমরা anti-racism চাও, এই নাও মারা খাও।
এটাই আমি বলতেছি, আমার কিছু বলার নেই। I give up on these people. আমার পক্ষে পসিবল না ইটালির রেসিজম প্রবলেম ফিক্স করা, আসলে এটা like beyond my point. Okay.
Wait, there's something else, like, okay, just let's pause for like a minute. There's something else I need to talk about. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. By the way, so I want to talk about this story from Spain. This is insane. I mean, tomar like I'm pretty sure to me story shono nai, because this is a very, I think it was a big story Spain, international news Spain. So I want to get your opinion on this, and I think like আমি আগে তোমাকে বলি, so this will be a raw opinion আর কি. So স্পেনে তোমার I think Liga B or Segunda B or whatever they called.
Segunda División.
Yeah, second division এ Rayo Vallecano আর আলবাসেতের একটা গেম ছিল. So gameটা was actually called off at halftime because of fans' behavior. And this was the first time Spain's history that a game got called off. Now, it's right, like mona hoiteche na, this is great news, right? Fans ra Rayo Vallecano fanra ganjam korche, so the game got stopped. Here's the catch. This is the catch, right? So খেলাটা হচ্ছে Rayo Vallecano Rayo Stadium এ, and Rayo fanra they did like other actions এর কারণে game got stopped. Here's the thing. Rayo Vallecano fanra, they're well known for being progressive.
Yeah, they're Madrid team.
Yeah, not just Madrid the team. They're just well known for being progressives. Like, or they stand up for what is right. Like they're a very inclusive team. Like, or they're on like black players, Asian players. Like, and the fans they welcome this. They welcome, like, you know, globalism and, you know, immigration and stuff like that. They're happy, right? So they Rayo অনেক আগে কয়েক বছর আগে একটা ইউক্রেন থেকে একটা প্লেয়ার কিনছিল. His name was Roman Zazulia. So Roman প্লেয়ার কেনার পর ওর ব্যাপারে কয়েকটা like নিউজ বের হয় যে this guy is a neo-Nazi.
Oh, okay.
So this Ukrainian player Roman Zazulia, so ওর neo-Nazi অনেক পোস্টস ছিল, like or like অনেক আজে বাজে জিনিসপত্র বের হয়. সো বের হওয়ার পর রায়ো ভায়াকানোর ফ্যানরা ওকে স্টেডিয়ামে like নিজেদের প্লেয়ার দেখেও like they didn't accept him, like ওকে গালাগালি করতো, যে like they started protesting যে আমরা একটা নিওনাজি প্লেয়ার চাই না আমাদের ক্লাবের হয়ে খেলুক বা রিপ্রেজেন্ট করুক আমাদের ক্লাবকে. সো ওইখান থেকে রায়ো sold Roman Zazulia to Albacete. So Albacete রায়ো খেলা. So this guy comes in, right, রায়ো স্টেডিয়ামে খেলতে. And Rayo fans, they're trying to point him out. They start calling him like, okay, Nazi হিসাবে ডাকা শুরু করে. Then the whole game, the whole first half. So Nazi বলে ডাকতেছে, like, and this guy has history of neo-Nazi, Nazism. And এত কিছু, and এটা বলার পর he goes up to the referee, complains. তারপরে or a stadium announcement করে. They go through the whole FIFA protocol thing. And then halftime a referee Albaceteর managerকে option দেয়, if you want we can stop the game, and they stop the game. So basically স্পেনের ইতিহাসে এত racist incident আছে যেখানে স্যামুয়েল এটো was racially abused. ঠিক আছে, ইনাকি উইলিয়ামস তোমার বিলবার প্লেয়ারটা, right, he was
I remember
racially abused, monkey chance, game not stopped. যখন একটা racist কে রায়ো ভায়াকানোস like fanra, they expose him as a racist game gets stopped. This is
double standard.
This
Huge
is the most
double standard and people like
this is the most insane story.
Since we're talking about racism, I think we skipped about Chelsea's and
Tottenham. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that completely. So yeah, Rudiger was racially abused. Tottenham Stadium.
So it's a huge problem, racism. I mean,
and Man City. To remember,
Man City fan base racist at that's.
But I'll say something. Man City fan jeta racially abused korchilo Fred ke. That guy, he was identified within like half an hour. Within half an hour, 1 hour game pore, he was identified, or he was arrested, I believe, or chakri haraise. Like this guy lost everything. Tottenham Chelsea game kintu hoise almost 3 days.
Nothing. I haven't heard anything.
Among Tottenhamer word hochilo there's an investigation going on, so I have no idea. So there's so like both are not the same. Man City case, Man City was very vigilant, and we have to give that.
That's how it should be,
And Spain like your opinion?
Obviously it's double standard. I mean, neo-Nazi, you should call him out for his bad stuff. I mean, যেখানে people obviously skin নিয়ে racism শিকার হয়েছে, সেখানে like game বন্ধ না করা, and then all of a sudden এটার জন্য বন্ধ করা, that's definitely double standard. I can't agree with the referee about this. I can't agree with the decision that referee stopped the game.
Yeah, man. I just like I think
this type of player should be banned from game. আমার মতে এই টাইপের প্লেয়ারদেরকে ফুটবল থেকে সাসপেন্ড করা উচিত.
And I would just want to say, like,
I have nothing against conservative people. If he's a conservative, that's different. But if he's a neo-Nazi, that's way too much. I'm not condoning conservative mentality. But I condone far-right mindset. That I have to condone.
Again, this means nothing. Amra, like, obviously, this podcast means nothing. But I just want to stand with Rayo Vallecano fans. And I think they're being, and the worst part is, tomar Spainer media is like completely, like Spainer media has almost turned this into a racism. Like they're making Rayo fans, the game gets called off because of racist/violent chants by Rayo. And what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's just, if you like a story better, if you want a better version than me, go read Sidlo's article. Like Sidlo is the best journalist, footballer history.
We already know that.
But Sidlo, he covered this really well. And I mean, Sidlo's tables basically.
I didn't know, but I'll take a look. So that's that. Let's talk about NYCFC Stadium.
NYC Stadium was a PSG last 3 matches, like they scored 12 goals, like 4 each. I think last game it was 4-0 against Lamon. I think Lamon, I don't remember.
4-1 against Amiens.
Oh, okay. But the Lamon was the আগের game ছিল or something.
আগের game ছিল হচ্ছে, I think ওটা কাপ ছিল. Wasn't it a cup competition?
Whatever. এই গেমে এমবাপে, last game এমবাপে দুইটা, নেইমার একটা, আর ইকার্ডি একটা. Right.
And এই গেমে?
No, a game. I think a weekender game. I watched the highlights. I just don't remember কার against ছিল.
Amiens ছিল এই week, so that's that.
Let's talk about the NYCFC Stadium. There's not much news. I think this won't take long. I think they're or a Bronx Yankee Stadium থেকে around a short walking distance they found a spot. I think locals positive, local community positive dialogue দিছে. I don't think it's anything final. আমার ভাইয়ের friend actually গেছিল ওই টাউন হলে. I think you might have Andy, he went there. You might know him.
Brighton supporter Andy.
Brighton supporter, exactly.
Okay. I know him very well.
So yeah, he went there. He posted something. The talks were very positive. And I think the thing is, local I don't see any reason local ra keno etate na bolbe, because I would say like the football NYCFC football fan, they're generally very good. There's obviously a small section of they had some bad
neo-Nazi culture.
No, not neo-Nazi, it was more.
No, but we should
racist.
Call them out. We should definitely
very racist. I don't think all.
They were neo-Nazis. That's the problem. Racist and neo-Nazis, they're pretty bad. Okay, I mean, you know what they are.
But generally these football games they bring in revenue. So game day like Yankee Stadium and bars and restaurants and like obviously they see increased businesses and then local delis and shops or whatever. Everybody like local parking lots. I don't see any reason why they would. And যে জায়গাটা বলছে that space is just sitting there. There's nothing going on there anyway. So looking hopeful, and maybe like I mean like I'll be honest, like a season I almost canceled, and then Amar Bhai almost sort of convinced me like, hey man, founding member, your name on the wall, like so I kept my season ticket. I'm probably next season or a basic game at Jabo.
That's good.
Like that's the plan. And let's see.
It comes to fruition. Was it fruition?
Anything else? I don't think any আর কিছু হইছে.
No, there is nothing else. No, I can sure.
About the Witcher you watched the first 4 episodes. No spoilers.
No, I actually watched all 8 episodes. I mean 4 episodes দেখছিলাম last night এর আগে. Last night আমি 4টা episode টানা দেখছি.
8 episode season. আমি এখনো কিছু দেখি নাই. So no spoilers.
8 episode season and every episode is 1 hour average.
Not just thoughts, general thoughts. Like
my general thought was, I mean, I liked it. I mean, which before my review, I mean, I'm a huge Witcher fanboy, so I can be a bit biased. Taking that into consideration, আমার কাছে মনে হয়েছে like season was decent, especially the ending was really good. At the beginning, there were 2 timelines actually in the series যেটা ওরা দেখাইছে কিন্তু কোনো ইন্ডিকেটর দেয় না যে দুটো different timeline এবং a lot of people might get confused on that. Like it doesn't show যে long time ago বা some time ago এরকম কিছুই না, like একটা থেকে আরেকটা স্টোরিতে গেছে, but it was an older story এবং এই জন্য অনেক মানুষের মধ্যে initially confusion ছিল. I think CGI could be better, I really do, but I thought budgeting probably Netflix didn't give it like as much budget as some of their other shows they did. So that's probably
কোনো HBO level budget কেউ তেমন দিতে পারবে না.
Even I get it, but I don't think they give it to মানে Stranger Things level budget probably ছিল না. Not or maybe Peaky Blinders level budget হয়তো ছিল না.
Peaky Blinders is not Netflix area, by the way.
Okay, sorry.
Peaky Blinders BBC, I believe, yeah.
I think মানে nowhere near like big TV series budget ছিল, so that আমি sure না যদিও, but আমি যতটুকু পড়ছি আর কি মানে probably they were trying to test the water, দেখতে চাইছে মানুষের রিঅ্যাকশন কি, এবং good thing about them is that Witcher অনেক ফ্যান আছে এবং people in general পছন্দ করছে. আমার কাছে আরেকটা জিনিস এই ইনকনভিন্সিং টাইমলাইন, CGI ইমপ্রুভমেন্ট, আরেকটা জিনিস আমার কাছে লাগছে সেটা হচ্ছে কিছু মনস্টার ফাইট ছিল.
Okay, no spoilers.
You have to know like by the way, if you want to watch Witcher TV series, you should at least know some of the background story of Witcher.
Okay, আমার thing is if I'm gonna watch the series, যদি সিরিজটা ভালো লাগে I'll buy the books and I'll read the books. But yeah, it's like Game of Thrones as well. Like Game of Thrones কিন্তু আমি আগে I think I saw like first 3 seasons দেখছি, and then boy কিনছি আমি.
But isn't it bad? Like shouldn't you? Oh, okay, actually, you know what? It's good in a way. You know why? তুমি যদি বই পড়ো then you know what's happened.
So আমি like my thing is if আমি যদি কোনো একটা like universe-এর মধ্যে ঢুকি I'm gonna go all in, or আমি আধা যাব না, like that's the thing.
Okay.
Like it's same with like everything else. Like আমি যদি baseball follow করে I'm gonna go all the way and like follow
but
like everything.
By the way, if you don't play the games, you're not going all in the universe.
Well, no, it doesn't need to be. You don't need to play. Like most people never play sports anyway.
Actually Booker থেকে game is more sold out and more actually gameটার কারণে কিন্তু TV সিরিজটা হইছে. Only based on the book, I don't think TV series আসতো. That game sold 20 million copies. I'm just saying. But game, by the way, game you shouldn't play because game's storyline is actually after the book. It's actually an expansion of the book storyline. But I definitely think game is the reason why the TV series came to fruition. Because this book has been there since 93. Just to point that out. I don't think এটা তোমার George R. Martin's book level successful book ছিল Witcher series. It was a good book. It was nothing like I think
Game of Thrones boy যেটা like a Song of Ice and Fire. It wasn't like Song of Ice and Fire এমন না যে like খুব crazy high book
then
crazy
দুইটা
seller ছিল. It was more
দুইটা একই ফুটিং এ I guess, but game is definitely thought of as one of the best game by the way, and it sell really well.
আমি just quickly বলবো Mandalorian. So I'm watching the Mandalorian. Episode 5 শেষ করছি, and this is like I'm into Star Wars universe এত involved না, and I watched the original Star Wars. I'm পরে মাঝখানে I think 2017 or 2016 যে Star Wars, like the big one, or was it 2015? Maybe 2015. 2015 is like the return, like first like almost like blockbuster, like breaking stuff. Return. I watched that movie, but এর বাইরে কিন্তু আমি Star Wars এর মুভি তেমন দেখিও নাই. And the latest Star Wars টা বের হইছে, I don't even intend to watch it because Star Wars fanদের থেকে আমি শুনছি বলে অনেক বাজে রিভিউ. So আমি এটার জন্য like $16-17 খরচ করে.
I want to interrupt. Rotten Tomatoes এর রেটিং এ Witcher ফ্যানরা অনেক ভালো রেটিং দিছে, but critics কিন্তু was very like critics rating it's pretty bad.
Okay, I'll say it's like fan rating it like আমাদের FLCB Entertainment Universe group যে like people কয়েকজন post this as oh this is better than Game of Thrones.
No, I don't believe that.
Right?
আমি নিজেও গোট ওইভাবে দেখি নাই, but even গোট I think গোটের last season গোটরে এমন একটা লেভেলে নিয়ে গেছে, মানে মানুষজন was so disappointed for some reason.
No, it's just like Game of Thrones.
তুমি Rotten Tomato ratingটা দেখো, user rating 31%, মানে গোট that's like আমার মনে হয় গোটের ব্যাপারে মানুষের এক্সপেকটেশন এত হাই ছিল যে even a good decent last season people were not satisfied আর কি.
Yeah, so the thing is Game of Thrones sir first I would say.
By the way, আরেকটা পয়েন্ট আমি বলতে চাই, you shouldn't compare Game of Thrones with Witcher in a way, because Game of Thrones and Witcher দুইটাই যদিও medieval fantasy world এর, I think Witcher এর main point of view is not the battle between kingdoms.
That's not going to stop people from comparing.
I get it, but this actually আমার মতে Witcher universe is different. There are
obviously, but
a lot of monsters involved, a lot of other things involved.
Yeah, I get it. Lord of the Rings is different from Game of Thrones, but people still compared the two all the time. Harry Potter is very different from both of them, and then people still compare Harry Potter because it's just fantasy genre মধ্যে পড়ে, and which I understand. Okay.
Actually, আমি তোমার যেটা বলবো, like since I'm a Witcher fanboy, I don't know how you take it. Witcher এর good advantage-টা হচ্ছে Witcher universe, the amount of content in Witcher universe is vast. Like vast in a way, it's not about there is kingdom, there is wars going on, but there is also conjunction of spear. যেখানে তোমার different universe আছে এবং different universe different race আছে, lot of racist problem আছে. I don't know Game of Thrones racism কতটা big part, but I didn't read the Game of Thrones, but Witcher universe গুলো আছে. And then you have like bunch of monsters, bunch of Witcher schools. So in a way it's a blend of a lot of different things. So that's why for a lot of people it might be overwhelming.
Anyways, before you butchered my Mandalorian review, Mandalorian na jeta bolbo is like, even though আমি fully Star Wars universe না থাকার পর I'm actually enjoying Mandalorian. I think even if you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to like the Mandalorian, I think this is a very like Baby Yoda is like I was skeptical how big it would be, but I understand the hype. And yeah, I would definitely recommend Mandalorian to almost anybody. I think it's a very good TV series.
To be honest with you, আমি আসলে TV series fan, frankly speaking. I mean, more of a Witcher fan. So,
no, I'm talking about the people. I'm not more to whoever's listening.
I was talking with my cousin, and he was recommending me Westworld.
Westworld too is like something else. That is for everybody. Like everybody should watch Westworld. That's for another day.
For him, Westworld is top 3. And Breaking Bad.
And that's fine. And well, Breaking Bad is top for a lot of people. In my opinion, I would still have Game of Thrones over Breaking Bad, but
you have Wire over, and
I would have The Wire over probably both Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad.
Okay, curious. I mean, I think you talked about it some days ago, like a couple of days ago, but your top 5 was Wire.
Okay, so well, quality-wise, The Wire. I think The Sopranos, The Wire are like
Sopranos ke eta daily soap opera chilo? Like,
no. Sopranos was like
it was their highest rated before Game of Thrones.
Of course. So like Sopranos was like how do I explain this? It's what like TV series started off as. like Sopranos থেকে সব শুরু হয়েছে, like drama became popular after the Sopranos. এর
Okay.
আগে sitcoms were more popular, TV
Okay.
shows,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So এর আগে
So
it
that's
was more
the
Seinfeld, it
trendsetter.
was more,
That's
yeah,
a revolutionary. Okay.
yeah.
I see.
So Sopranos 90s are like it was just the most amazing like TV series ever. So এরপরে I would say personally I would have Sons of Anarchy is my
Wow.
favorite, but I wouldn't have Sons of Anarchy top 5.
Okay.
I wouldn't say just Sons of Anarchy is the best ever. I think The Wire আমি কেন এত highly rate করি because The Wire কিন্তু তোমার শুটিং করছিল 2002 তে, তোমার that's when it started, West Baltimore, and West Baltimore 2002 তে ওরা যেসব issues raise করছে, those issues are actually live right now. Like এখন like police brutality, তারপরে তোমার race রাও, like drug
Oh.
drug
It's like System
drug
of a Down song.
yeah, it's exactly like Wired যদি এখন বের হইতো, it would be the greatest TV show ever.
I
And
get it.
and the problem was Wired ছিল এত like so far ahead of their time, like almost like someone from this era went back in time.
It's a disservice যে মানে ওরা আসলে এত ahead of time ছিল.
হ্যাঁ ওরা
People
like
didn't
10
really
বছর
appreciate.
আগে টিভি শোটা বের করছে, like that's their problem. ওরা টিভি শোটা যদি 2016 এ like যখন তোমার ডোনাল্ড ট্রাম্প ইলেকশনের টাইমে বের করতো, this would have been like crazy. আমি তো ওরা বলে বুঝাতে পারবো না, like it was probably would have been like 20 million people watching every week or something. And that's why I feel like our wire acting and casting and storylines is just crazy. Like our পাঁচটা season and you could start going like কোন season থেকে কোন season better. It's impossible to decide. Like every single season is just like এত ভালো it's like বলার বাইরে. Like it's even Sons of Anarchy that you could go like like season 6 wasn't very good, or Game of Thrones is obviously like, season 7, season 8, season 5 as well, like not very good.
7 okay আমি আসলে জানি না. Okay.
Yeah, but The Wire was like season 5 মানুষ বলে the weakest, and season 5 would still be like amazing.
Okay.
Anyways, এই জন্য
Anyway.
let's just stop, and we're gonna end this podcast here, and then we're gonna quickly might record Champions League draw podcast right after, and then আমরা দুটা আলাদা release করব. So thank you guys for listening. Catch you in the next one.